Steeler Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Right now, just then got done doing the AFC North Roundtable, and the Steelers play tomorrow. It is my now Thursday, your Wednesday. Thursday night football is tomorrow, being my Friday. That's pretty confusing, but that's because I'm from Steelers Nation Australia. In this short video, I'll try and keep this under 4 or 5 minutes, 6 minutes. I want to talk about one crazy stat that I saw on Twitter, and it's in terms of this Steelers versus Browns trap game. Now, I don't really like the idea of a trap game because I think every NFL team can compete, and I think sometimes when our team goes into a lesser team like 2-8 Browns, sometimes those teams, the Browns, play up to scratch. They play better football and they play physical. They bring it, right. I don't like the idea of a trap game with 32 teams in the NFL that are all professional athletes, unless they're super terrible. I don't think the Browns are that bad. Of course, they're 2-8, and they've beaten the Ravens. But are they in? Are we going to walk in there? We're expected to win by 45 points, 70 points. It doesn't really happen in the NFL to really win by 70 points, unless it's like it was the Dolphins one year versus Denver. But in this sense, it's AFC North football, and I want to bring up this stat. So I'll bring up this very shortly. Look, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be windy conditions, snow, Steelers versus Browns, AFC North football. We can win this game by 8 points. We can win this game by 13 points if we want to, score TDs. And I can't wait to see Russell Wilson bounce back with Pickens, with Najee, and our offense can get better, and our defense can put a lot of pressure on Winston, right? Can they make him throw interceptions? That one year he threw 30 TDs, but he also threw 30 interceptions. But here's the one stat I want to talk about. So Alan Saunders brought this up via Twitter. It was yesterday. The Steelers have never won a road divisional Thursday night football game. They're 0-7 all time. So divisional road football game, right? Thursday night football game, 0-7 all time. And also under Mike Tomlin, they're 0-5. So in that sense, could that be turned on the short week where they play the week before, and then the short week going into someone else's house? They've never won. So the Steelers have not done this. But is this a different team? So when you read that stat, they're 0-7 all time, 0-5 under Mike Tomlin. You could say things like that, Mike Tomlin is mediocre Mike and this, and this, and whatever it may be. Or 0-7, they weren't prepared. They weren't that, Did they get beat up the week before? Did they play the Ravens or a hard team the week before? Did they play the Bengals? Like they're doing now in the AFC North Gauntlet, right? Tomlin is 2-8 on the road on Thursday night football. So it's not the best. It is dead set not the best stat. For us right now, have a huge victory over the Ravens. Beat them by field goals, and shout out to Chris Boswell, and win by 18, 16, whatever it was, win by 2 points. And now Mike Tomlin's record. We always talk about Mike Tomlin's record in facing the rookies, in facing Monday Night Football. But in this sense, on a short week, he's 2-4 in Thursday night football games. Not good. And he's also, or the team is 0-7 all time, and 0-5 under Mike Tomlin. Now, here's my big question after all that. Can the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2024 shake that off? Get rid of it. Can they shake that off and get rid of it and play solid football and move to 9-2? If they get a win over the Browns, it's going to be a tough game. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's going to be tough. If they can get a win, go into their house, short week from versus the Ravens, short week, go into Cleveland Brown Stadium and get a win, 13-10, 16-10, 19-9, whatever it may be, 27-13, who cares? Whatever happens, if the Steelers get this win, can they shake that rust off and turn it around? Because I think this Steelers team in 2024 is a lot different to last year's team or the 2020 run where they went 11-0 and they fell over. It feels different being on teams play with Chris Boswell going crazy. Danny Smith is coaching his guys up to block field goals. Our defense on punts as well. Our defense is going crazy with Nick Herbig filling over Highsmith. TJ Watt is playing really good football. That hit on Derrick Henry smacked him. I think this is different. This is different than years previous, but the stats still exist. 0-7 all time in Thursday night football games and 0-5 away from Mike Tomlin. So can they kick this trend against the Browns, who aren't the best team in football right now, being 2-8? And what do the Browns really, really have to play for? Anyway, Still Nation, I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's my Friday. I'll have a few beverages. You guys will sit back, chill out. I'm going to watch Steelers versus Browns divisional game away in Cleveland. Can they shake the rust off? Can they push the monkey off their back and get rid of that 0-7 and get rid of that 0-5 for Mike Tomlin and get a well-deserved win and a needed win to take control of the AFC North? If the Ravens lose, they'll be up by 2 or 3 games, and they're fighting their way to get the AFC number 1 seed in the AFC. And if the Chiefs lose again, the Bills lose again, we're putting ourselves in a good position to get that playoff run or that playoff success. But these are the games where the Steelers can't lay down. They have to treat them like the Baltimore Ravens in our house. They got to treat them like a fantastic team, treat them like a good team, a good, strong, physical team, and take care of business. Do not let up, because in years past, judging by the stat, they're 0-7 in divisional games, Thursday night football, and they're 0-5 in Mike Tomlin's career as a Pittsburgh Steelers coach. All righty, Steelers Nation, it's going to be a big one tomorrow. I'll see you later.